All right, guys, hello and welcome back to another edition of the Forex Market Preview. My name is Jason Staples, and now, before I get started, this video went out to two different groups. I normally only send it out to one list, and that's those of you who are registered to actually receive the Forex Market Preview. But I thought, since the Technical Trader Workshop is coming up just in one day, that I would go ahead and I would release this also to all of you who are planning, who have signed up to attend the Technical Trader Workshop. Now, since I can't differentiate between who from my list signed up for that, some of you may have gotten this email twice, and some of you may be getting this email and realizing that, hey, I didn't subscribe to this. And the reason that I'm doing this, normally I wouldn't send it to you, but I want you guys to kind of get a feel for what we kind of do on a weekly basis here, especially if you're new, because we got a lot of people, probably 2,000 people who are showing up to the event or who are scheduled to show up are totally new, meaning they have not ever signed up for anything with me before, they've never seen what we do, and this is more great free stuff that's going to give you some real insights into what we do every single week here. So welcome to you guys. And to all you guys who are coming back, welcome to you guys too. You guys are awesome. The other thing is that it is Sunday afternoon, just returned from the Hereford house with the whole crew. And got done at took the kids to church today because that's the God-fearing folk that we are. We did go to church, and then got home, went to eat some lunch. Now came home, and I'm sitting down here. I have not even gone in yet. Haven't even turned on the television. Don't know what the score is, but I am skipping the Chiefs game in order to make sure that this gets out to you promptly and on time. Now the Chiefs, for those of you who don't know, are 3-0 for the first time in like a decade. So in a generation. It's the first time in a generation that the Chiefs have actually gone 3-0, and I am dying to get in there and see what's going on. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to focus on here, business first, and getting you guys the content that I know that you're waiting on. Start getting emails if it gets too late in the day. So this may take a bit longer to get out to you just because I'm putting it together so late, but just understand the sacrifice that I'm making to be here with you guys today. But let's go ahead. I'm just going to focus on some patterns here. I'm just going to jump in. We're going to run through this stuff, some of the pre-market stuff. And guys, if you're new, what we basically do here is we go through and we take a look at what could potentially be setting up into next week, some of the stuff that I'm watching. And this could very well be some of the trades that we're looking at the Technical Trader Workshop. But the first thing here, looking at the euro, what I want you to pay attention to is these patterns can come up at any time. They literally can pop up anytime. Bearish, bullish, doesn't really matter. They can, in strong uptrending markets, you can get sell signals, you can get all kinds of stuff that happens in here. And if I go ahead and just show you, look at this, just the huge move up. And we talked about the pendant formation that I bought and how nicely that worked out, but let's get rid of that because it doesn't matter anymore. And let's focus in instead on what's happening. Now, I get a lot of questions from traders and a lot of people who say, oh, Jason, the market's just gone up and up and up and up and up. I wouldn't feel comfortable selling this market. But I want to show you, this is one of the reasons that the rules are the rules of the rules. This is something that you're going to hear a whole lot at the Technical Trader Workshop next week. If you haven't registered, link underneath this video, is you follow the rules. You follow the plan. Because we know when we follow the plan that we get the type of results that we want. And guys, it's a great little Gartley pattern set up here. Very deep retracement here. Market came up, 127 extension, swing low to swing high, and back down in. We hit that 127 extension and we pull back. Where do we pull back to? We're looking for that 382 for initial targets on that. And it comes right into the 382. That's a move from 35.63 to 35.24, about a 40 pip move or so in there from our short to where we took profits. Actually, it's at 35.57, basically. So a 30 pip move or so, 35 pip move that just happened right there at the top of this huge upward move. And guys, if you allow the last couple of trades that you've taken, if you allow what you think or what you feel to play a part into what patterns you're going to choose to trade and when you're going to choose to trade them. And it's not based on what have I seen historically, what does my back testing tell me, what does my forward testing tell me. If you're not basing it on rational, quantifiable results that are happening in your trading and you're simply placing and making your decisions based on how you feel or what you think, then you miss awesome trading opportunities like this one. Very simple move. Now we're still in this trade, still a chance to move around to the 618 here at 135 even. 135 even would be target 2. That would be a 60 pip move roughly, 57 pip move in total for the second target. But it only happens, guys, it only happens if you follow those rules. Now, I just said that. Let's take a look here over at the pound. This is, again, pound on the 4-hour chart. We talked last week. I got some lines in here from last week. We're going to delete those because we've had, new data, as the weatherman says. Markets are constantly evolving, but we have another pattern formation setting up here. This one is still a viable trade. Looking for that 127 extension. Swing low to swing high. Back down in. Just hit that 127 extension. Market has paused there at 61.33s. Just like on the euro. What are we going to do? Our rules say we sell at the 127 extension. Looking for a pullback into roughly previous structure support here. That's where we're going to be eyeballing our targets at. Those targets come in at 160.80s. All right? So we're looking for a pullback here as this pattern has completed. Stops have to go above the swing high here on the left in order to protect us, get our stops above that, and we're looking for that quick pullback. Very, very nice, decent risk reward here on this trade and a chance to catch some continuation move to the downside. Now, guys, I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know, based on this last move up, whether this is a temporary pause in the market where we're going to see a little pullback and then the market's going to rally, or whether this is going to be a major reversal. I have no idea. All I can do is trade the patterns that I see. Let's move over to the yen. A lot of stuff going on here on the yen. Now, we talked last week. If I bump it out to the daily chart, I'll just give you guys, if you watched last week, had a lot of patterns that had set up inside of this, kind of wedge formation that was setting up. I'm going to focus in down here just on what we're seeing structurally here, and mainly in terms of patterns. So the first thing that we've got is we've got a Gartley pattern setting up here. It looks something like this. And I'm going to make this fatter in just a minute, guys, because I know it's small and it's hard to see. But that Gartley pattern is going to form up somewhere around there, 127 extension, swing high to swing low, and back down in just a little bit lower than that. So basically right at that previous structure support, boom, that's where you're going to want to look to be buyers. We'll be looking to be buyers there around 97.87. Again, we're on the yen. Now, the other thing that we have here is we have an even bigger pattern formation. Many of you probably already saw it if you've been with me for any length of time. And that pattern looks something like this. And that's going to come in somewhere around there. So I just color code this so you can tell the difference. We'll make that one purple. Not a big fan of purple, but actually it's kind of a pink, isn't it? Make it pink. Okay. So this is going to come in, and again, if I want to just check it, 127, swing high to swing low, looking for that 127 extension. Boom, just a little bit lower. Coming in right there. But you can see on both of these, look at where those 127s come in at. They come in right along that structure level. That really gives us an added, the stops on this are so tight. The risk reward on this is going to be so good. It's going to be hard, not to want to at least make an attempt on both of these trades. Some of you may have built in some rules, and we talk about it in kind of our advanced pattern analysis, some of the stuff that we teach in the full programs about how you begin to isolate and say, okay, I've got these two potential long opportunities. Which one do I take? How do I formulate a trade plan around the patterns that I'm seeing, and what's the proper way to do this? And there are several different ways that you can go about it, and there are right ways and wrong ways, but there's more than one way to do it correctly. And of course, that's all stuff that we talk about in some of the more advanced training that we do. But for right now, just recognize a couple of trading opportunities there that could end up being really good ones. Let's scoot over here to the pound yen. Here's another example of just how quickly a pattern formation can set up and pay off. So this is a bat pattern. For those of you who are new, I know this is for those of you who've been around, you're just like, okay, I got to hear about bat patterns again. But hey, some of these guys are brand new. We get just so you guys know, we get about 40 new subscribers every single day to the YouTube page. That's 40 a day, 40 brand new people who have never been part of what we're doing, who are signing up and subscribing to, to essentially to the Forex market preview. And it's important to me that you guys, that they get a firm handle on what we're doing here as well. So this is a bat pattern. It is signified by, a shallow initial retracement followed by a very deep D-leg retracement, and coming in right at the 886. Now, as you guys can see, we ran right into that and it immediately got sucked back up, and we already hit first targets on that. Initial target was hit at 83.99, basically 8,400. And then we almost got up to our secondary targets, didn't quite get there, and the market rolled over. So, but just another perfect example. Sorry guys, my nose is just itching like crazy. All of these, so much ragweed and pollen and stuff like that. We haven't had our first freeze yet. So if I'm itching my nose all the way through this, it's just because, man, my allergies have been killing me. But come all the way down, it's just, that's how quick the pattern can pay off. You're talking about 83.64 to 8,400. All right, like a 35 pip move straight up there inside of 4 hours. Just a great way, a no pain trade, and that's really what we like to see. We love it when we can have a no pain trade. All right, taking a look here at Euro Yen. This is a very nice example of a cipher pattern. Cipher pattern, of course, being the most profitable. I've got guys, this is all they trade. They just trade cipher patterns. And what we're looking for is we're looking for this market to press down into this 786 at 131. At 131, I'm going to be a buyer. I'm looking to be a buyer for the market to go back the other direction. This is actually with the underlying trend. As you can see, the underlying trend is up. And market coming down into that would signify, a with the trend move. So a nice move there. Pound yen, I don't know if we got anything there. That's really, just wanted to cover a couple of things. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm kind of anxious to get over to see the ball game. So I throw a couple of things at you, a couple of patterns. We've been talking a lot about Fibonacci over the last couple of weeks. You guys can review those on the YouTube page. If you're not a subscriber there, please do so. And then be there bright and early. That's 7 a.m. Central Time. That's 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Okay? I had one or two people say, hey, could you do the conversion for me? And guys, if you're too lazy to Google a time conversion from Eastern Time to GMT, probably best you don't show up, because you're not going to like what you hear once you get there. But for the rest of you, I can promise you one thing. You are not going to be disappointed with what we're going to do over the course of the next week. So this is your last chance to register. I will not be sending you another email asking you to do so. We start on Monday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to run several hours a day, and we've got lots of really important stuff to share with you over the course of the next week. So I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks so much for visiting with me here. Go out and follow your plan, follow your strategy, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Until then, good luck and good trading. I will talk to you soon.